5 insurance policies that are going to save you millions of dollars. Stay tuned. And it is very important. They allow you to set up your retirement plan. So for those of you all that have not been given a retirement plan at your workplace, setting up an annuity allows you to have your individual retirement plan, and you could actually set the retirement age. Now, the annuities, the payoff actually happens in a number of ways. You could get a lump sum payoff, or you can get a lump sum followed by monthly payments until a particular age. And if you want monthly payments until your demise, then the contribution may be a bit more. So you could get, there are several types of annuities, and one that is very popular is the deferred type annuity. Another thing is annuities allow you to get tax breaks. So what happens is the government generally gives you as an incentive tax breaks to encourage you to actually take out annuities. So to encourage you to take annuities and set up retirement plans, they would now allow for you to get tax rebates once you file. So it's very important, get that annuity today. Now, another policy that is very important to get is that of life insurance. It ensures that your beneficiaries have something to look forward to in the event of your demise. And you could set up a life insurance policy as soon as possible, as early as possible. It's much cheaper at a younger age. And what happens is that, for instance, say some member, or let's say even you, if you have some beneficiaries and you were to set up a life insurance policy of value $3 million, and you were to contribute towards that policy every month without lapsing, and something, God forbid, happens to you tomorrow, then the something negative that results in, say, your demise, then tomorrow, or even sometime in the near future after that, the insurance company, once all policies are checked and everything was adhered to, they will be writing a check of $3 million to your beneficiaries. So it ensures that if you have any dependents, that God forbid that anything happens to you, they will be taken care of. Now, life insurance policies are also utilized for accessing loans, for instance, loans to acquire properties, cars, any other assets. So you could utilize your life insurance policy, and what happens is a lot of institutions, especially credit unions, they ensure that if you are going to get, you are tempted to get a mortgage loan for a property, to access a property, you have to have life insurance policy. So in the event that something happens, God forbid, and your demise occurs, then the remaining debt that you would have had to pay off, that was not covered at the point of time that your demise came, that life insurance policy will be utilized now to pay off the debt. So therefore, your beneficiaries now can have full access to your asset. So if you have a house, you purchase a house using a mortgage loan, it was a $2 million mortgage loan, and you require to get, say, a $2 million life insurance policy. To access that mortgage loan, what happens is that if at the point in time, God forbid, at your demise, you owed the credit union $1.5 million, then what is going to happen is they're going to use that life insurance policy to pay off the $1.5 million that was owed, and therefore release the property to your beneficiaries. So life insurance policy is very, very important. So another one of them is health insurance, and it's important for you to make sure and get health insurance coverage as early as possible. This caters for all medical checkups, prescriptions, even vision related expenses like glasses, sunglasses, contacts, lens, all of those things that you need. Now, it's very important to get these things. There are several types. They make sure and get health insurance policies that also provide you with vision insurance benefits. Also ensure that it's always good to have the health insurance policies that also have a cash builder account attached to it, so that as you make payments, a portion of that, a percentage of what is paid, is also put into some savings account, and it accumulates with time. Now, the fourth one is critical illness. In the case of serious illness, glaucoma, which will basically affects your eyes, heart surgery, cancer, all these serious illnesses, critical illness cover benefits you. Critical illness, the cost of doing surgeries is significant. Anyone who has had a family member that had to do surgeries, or have a family member that had been, doing multiple operations throughout life, or even persons who have been doing surgeries, know the cost of surgery is very expensive. So in the case of critical illness, it's very important to have that sort of coverage from insurance companies. So in the event that you have a surgery for, say, $500,000, you don't have to put yourself or even your family under the burden of having to come up with that money. There's many times persons, they avoid getting these insurances, and then when time comes that they need to have a surgery, they have to do a lot of fundraising to be able to come up with the money to get these surgeries. And if they can't come up with the funds, then unfortunately they will not be able to get the surgeries, and then the worst happens. Another one is Rest Assure, and that allows you to set up a policy that in the event of your demise, your family would not have to worry about where they are going to get the funds to pay for funeral expenses. So it allows you really to set up to whatever limit you want the cost of funeral expenses and everything associated with it. This day and age, persons, they like to make sure that their family members are sent out in a very, very, very good way, and to ensure that it costs a lot of money. So Rest Assure insurance, very, very important. You don't want your family members to have to be setting up fundraisers and all these things to be able to afford your funeral expenses. Now, by default, there are certain agencies in every country that would be able to give you some sort of benefit for funeral expenses, but that has conditions. There are conditions that apply. For instance, in Trinidad and Tobago, the NIB, they have some funeral grant arrangement, but there are certain conditions that arise that are associated with it that have to be satisfied before you could get that funeral grant. Regardless of that, it is still important for you to set up your own Rest Assure policy so that funeral expenses would be taken care of in the event of your demise. So we reviewed a number of insurance policies. We looked at the annuities, we looked at life insurance, we looked at health insurance, critical illness, and Rest Assured. Now, it's very important, and a reason why I told you all to access these insurance policies before the age of 25 is that as you get older, these premiums basically get more expensive. So just to give you a good comparison, a particular life insurance policy, someone at the age of 25, or let's say even 20, may pay $100 a month, but a 57-year-old individual may pay $2,500 or even $3,000 for the same exact policy, because the risk factors are greater at the age of 57. So as you get older, those risk factors they increase. The possibility of something happening to you that would require you to access these policies, it increases. The risk is very high that you may have to access these policies. So let's look, for instance, critical illness. A critical illness policy is going to be very cheap at the age of 20, 21, 22, 25, even 30. But at the age of 59, the premium for a critical illness policy may be going to be significantly more than if you were 20-something year old, because at the age of 59, the possibility that you may need health care or you may need surgery for some serious illness is going to be very high. So that's why I suggest you get these things before the age of 25, so you don't have to go and spend a lot more per month to guarantee that you have access to these policies. So I hope this was very enjoyable for you. I hope it was very educational. I urge you to get your policies before the age of 25, and you could add policies as you go along, but do not wait until it's too late to get these policies. And as a matter of fact, if you wait until even after a particular age, after 60, you may not be able to access these insurance coverages. Insurance companies are least likely to cover you after say age 65. So I hope this was very beneficial to you all, and I'll see you all in the next one.